Yeah.
And I'm wondering, you think that there is maybe this one skill or even a game that can help women break out of that? Can you talk about what it is?
Been a quiet person for 24 years. I was a quiet person until I learned the game of poker. And I didn't necessarily have to be out there for our companies. And I have been trying to help women accomplish more what they want to do, which for me, it was clearly taking risk around money was like the biggest inhibitor. And when I saw poker, it was the closest thing I've seen to the training I got as an options trader, right? Because people aren't just going to become options traders. First of all, there's not that many in the world, men or women. And I'm going to go study options trading is unrealistic, I think. Playing a card game, however, is not. And the irony of the whole thing is, our firm is filled with poker players. In the financial world, you see them all the time. I just ignored the game because only the guys were playing, first of all. I thought it was a waste of time. And little did I know, there's a little secret. I've been doing it for literally hundreds of years. And I'll just tell the backstory real quick. So my daughter was 14 at the time. So it was in 2019. Playing a tennis match, losing. Her dad was a college athlete, frustrated. She's losing to someone she looks like she should be able to beat. And comes home and sort of chirps, to me, because he doesn't want to her, and says she may as well be hitting against a wall. She doesn't realize she's playing against someone who is thinking and strategizing. She needs to learn to play poker. He was more of a blackjack guy. And I just thought he was being ridiculous, and I walked away. And like 2 weeks later, I was like, I teach my 14-year-old daughter to play poker. And then, of course, that annoyed me because I would never have said that. I have 3 sons as well. I've never said that about them. And by the way, they already knew how to play because they all just seemingly figure it out. And so I did an experiment, right? What does a good entrepreneur do? And 10 girls, 10 moms. And it's the only reason I'm sitting here, honestly. So the transformation in those girls from lesson 1, literally 4 one-hour lessons, to lesson 4 was literally the skies opened. It was so extraordinary. Now that at the time was really all about confidence. That's what I saw. But as we proceed to move forward, actually was going right into COVID. I was like, well, we'll do more of this. We had like 3 states, 17 clubs, something like that. And this is all about being in person. Months in, we're like, I guess it's not about being in person anymore. So we better figure this thing out. So we actually go to peak 6 employees, a few thousand employees. Said, we want to teach your daughters and your sisters and your nieces. And the women were like, it's so good for them. Why aren't we learning? And I was like, great idea. So we start doing it on Zoom, of course. And Morningstar, large international firm, heard what we're doing, asked to do it. And today, now we've taught over 300, I think it's like 370 companies, 60 countries. And through that process, I started to learn. And that's when I saw same repetition, playing that hand, making that decision with imperfect information, playing people, right? Because we're trading. Right? There's a customer on the other side. Even if I don't see them, there's somebody there. What are they doing? Why are they doing it? Right? A thought process that I hadn't seen outside of trading was right there in this card game. And when you think about how men espoused the game for so many years, but our presidents play. I just met a man the other day who would play with Obama in the White House when Michelle was on vacation. So it was
naturally,
yes. And I think a Trojan horse, honestly, for women to learn this game, play this game, build those skills. By the way, this isn't something that you are naturally, someone might be naturally good at it. There's zero reason why you cannot be good at poker. And then once you start to understand the core of it, how it translates, not just to business, but to life too, whether it's relationships, decisions that you have to make in life, right? You can see how that hand you just played looks like that negotiation you did, how that hand you played looks like that meeting you were having. Like, where's the power, right? Is a person with all the chips? Certainly. What if a couple people have the chips at the table? Now, where's the power? Well, where's the position that they're sitting at the table? Each layer is quite an extraordinary way of, unfolding stories in your life. And when you start talking to people about why they played a hand a certain way, there's so much to gain about how other people think and how they approach. My last bit is the most fascinating thing. We've been doing this because obviously we're teaching mostly women. We will teach men. We're teaching some of your men today, but most men already know how to play, and we're teaching people from scratch. But the surprise when they start playing the game, what's actually happening and how quickly they can translate it to what they do at the office every single day.